Hi, and welcome to episode 3 of the Game of Two Halves podcast with me and Vijay. Hey, Vijay.
Hey Valley, how are you doing, Baba?
Good, man. I don't know if I'm looking good, but I'm good.
Oh, you're
Um,
actually this suits you. What you were wearing last week, you have to probably just burn it.
yeah, yeah. we can get
This
into.
is good, man. You're looking sharp, man.
I try to be like you, man. You're my role model. And for those who don't know, I'm gonna link Vijay's Insta in the description. He's a fitness freak and catch his journey of fat to fit on his Instagram. And for those people who are looking for an inspiration, who think that you can't do it, check out his Instagram, check out his stories, and you'll get inspired. He's inspired me in a lot of ways. So good job on that, man. I
Thank
know we're a
you.
little bit out of our football area, but
Uh,
it's what the mention.
been working out, dude. For the last few years. But then in lockdown, after gyms closed and everything, I don't know. We were like eating anything and everything, and
Yeah.
work from home. That was the first for me at least. So didn't really keep a track of food and drinks and anything. Put on a lot of weight, and then I'm like, I just started feeling that this is not me, and I need to
Yeah.
change the way I feel. So it's nothing to do with being fat or looking fat or anything. I was not feeling good, man, about myself. So I'm like,
Mhm.
"Chal, let's do something, let's try with something small." So I started, and I don't know whether Instagram knows this or what. And I'm sure you also must have seen it. You're thinking in your mind of buying a maybe shirt, and Instagram will show you the ad. Like, I don't know, dude, how that
Yeah.
works. So
Yeah, man.
I happened to see one ad on Instagram about this guy Adam Freighter. Okay, he has a program
Okay.
that was fitting my goals at that time. So I subscribed to it and I started, man, one day at a time. And then I have a friend whom I always consult for any the fitness or diet related things.
Yeah.
He
And
told
clearly, that's not me, that friend. If people are wondering.
no, he's Vijay. He's a tennis player and he runs his academy in Germany. So very
Okay.
helpful for a long time now. So he just told me to make a few changes in my food, and that's how it was, man. And after a point of time, it's not only about being motivated. It's about making that lifestyle, like how you wake up and brush your teeth and do the things in the
Yeah.
morning. It becomes a part of it.
Yeah.
So
And we called it first. Maybe you saw a podcast a little late, but
yeah,
Ronaldo is back at Manchester United,
back
and
in
you
the
heard
Premier
it
League.
first.
Yeah.
Yeah, you heard it first on G2H, Game of Two Halves.
Yeah.
Um, uh, Only thing, the editing took time.
I hope this one will come out
Uh,
in time.
and but for
We're
the
getting
for
there,
the
guys. We're getting
63,
there. Yeah. Sorry,
yeah,
man.
and for the 63 people who watched our podcast, good job.
Yeah, thank you, man.
But yeah, Ronaldo is back in the Premier League. Exciting, exciting, and like just continuing off what you said last week, with what a window we witnessed. I think truly there hasn't been such a window in a long, long time.
Yeah, man. And I think we just finished our recording, and then I think it was all over the news
Yeah,
that he's finally
yeah,
signed. And then we've seen him flying out. I think I mentioned that also on the last call. And then he cleared his
yeah.
medical, and it just happened so fast, man. But I mean, amazing for the Premier League, man. I don't know what the Manchester United fans will be feeling. They think that they can win the Premier League, but whatever the outcome at the end of the season, it's gonna be amazing. I mean, I am just waiting for 11th. I think that's the next game week, and
Yeah.
oh man,
So I think it's just going to be exciting, and then I can understand why Manchester United fans would be positive. I think with the lineup that they've got and the signings that they've made to add to a good squad, and I think some of the people will take it as an underestimation. They've got Pogba and Bruno Fernandes in the midfield, which is quite a steady midfield to have, and then you've got Greenwood, Ronaldo.
Sancho, Spurred.
It's amazing. And then Varane in the back with SpongeBob Square Face Maguire. I think It's
They
good.
have they Valley. I don't know if you watched the last game against Wolves. I was watching that game, and I've been like I told you, I've been watching a lot of football. They have a few weaknesses, man. One, Van
Yeah.
Bissaka, I think is a little weak for them, and Fred, man. I don't know. That guy is so bad. So
I
there is
wish
still that
I wish
little.
we can say, I wish we can share the meme you said about Fred. The only reason Manchester United will not win the Premier League, check it out here right now.
Yeah. No, he's horrible, man. But yeah, otherwise, apart from that, I think the squad looks really good, like you said.
Yeah,
With Varane
mm,
also. But then again, they
yeah,
played Wolves, who didn't score a single goal this season yet. And then they play Newcastle next. So they really have not
yeah,
played any tough teams yet. But let's see
yeah.
how it goes.
Yeah, and then just getting into game week 3, quite embarrassing start to game week 3. Something that I think you almost predicted it true. Manchester City versus Arsenal. Um, what an embarrassing. Uh,
Perform.
I mean, there's not the words. It's the most embarrassing performance I've seen from a football team, and I've watched football at local level, school level, college level, university level. I've watched in the Premier League. I've watched, I'm in Kuwait and I watch football here, and that's I think the most embarrassing football I've seen.
The only thing
I,
that came to
what
my
do you
mind
have to
is
say?
if there could never be an example of walk in the park like for a team that would be it like for Manchester City. They were just scoring goals when they wanted, man. This Arsenal looks
Yeah.
over to me, man. I'm sorry, dude, but
So, I mean, there's a lot of debate around the manager and the players, where some of the fans, Arsenal fans, are saying that it's all down to the manager. And there's a movement of Arteta out. There's a lot of negativity towards the owners, the Kroenkes, who own the LA Rams and a lot of these other sports clubs, and they're saying that they don't have the passion or desire of someone like like a Roman Abramovich at Chelsea. What do you think is the downfall? From an outside perspective, looking as a rival at one point in time into the club, what do you think is going wrong with Arsenal at the moment?
from what I've seen over the last few years, and I've seen some statistics, I think when Wenger was, y'all guys were, I don't, not you particularly, but Arsenal fans wanted Wenger out so badly. But I think the
Yeah,
record he had, even without the kind of money he wanted to spend and get the players that he wanted
yeah,
to, was, I think y'all was still doing top four, top five, I think at that time. And then you got Unai
yeah.
Emery, and he won y'all. Did you win anything? You won the Europa with
I
him?
think we won an FA Cup with him.
Yeah. So I think yeah, Arteta also you won the FA Cup, right? You beat us. I don't remember.
Correct,
Yeah. But
correct.
still, even
Yeah,
even with Unai Emery, I think you were still playing in Europe. But then now,
yes.
I don't know. I think Arteta's stats are so bad. And even the kind of transfers they've done, Willock, dude. I mean, I think we discussed this last time. I watched him play for Newcastle last season, because of FPL, and he was scoring goals every game. And if he had to score goal on the first game week, he would have been the only player to score like goals in 6 continuous matches in the Premier League. I think some stat like that.
Yeah, you're right. You're right in that. Selling Willock for me, I mean, it meant good business because Arsenal needed to recuperate a lot of money. We are the highest spending club in the world in terms of the transfer market this season.
Yeah, but Valley, where's
But
money gone, man? Like when you look at that
yeah,
money spent, what quality do you have? Like you bought Aaron Ramsdale for 30 odd million. For what?
25 million, I think.
He's your second keeper, man. And how many
Yeah,
competitions are
I,
you playing? Like I mean,
I feel this summer window was an investment into the backup squad and nothing really added to the first team squad for me.
where do you think Arsenal can improve? I mean, tell me one thing. I've seen some comments of people wanting Antonio Conte to come. Why will Conte come to
Yeah,
Arsenal?
I don't think so. He will come, and I don't think so. Antonio Conte is the right man for Arsenal. I would have loved to take Nuno, who's at Spurs at the
First.
moment, who joined Spurs, because I think he's the type of person who's technically more stronger. And right now, the football that Arsenal is playing is pathetic. It's not I don't care much about how the club is run and all of that crap. I think the football is not exciting. Like the Wenger days, the flair of football,
Exactly.
the the tiki taka football or whatever you call it. That's gone. And I don't believe in no way that this bunch of players, the 24, 30 odd players at Arsenal, are that pathetic to lose this badly at Brentford, Chelsea, Man City, back to back. I think it's somewhere a management problem, and I think Arteta, as much as he's good at what he does, he's still naive. He's new at his job. It's like us, doing a podcast. We're still learning on the job,
Yeah,
and that's not the place or the club to do it.
to
And I
do it.
think uh, it's not his fault because if I go for a job interview that's over my head, I still want the job. So it's the
Right.
people who recruited him and put him into the job are the ones who are responsible. But I think we can cover entire podcast just on Arsenal. So just quickly move on. Two teams, 10 men, but two different results, and that's Chelsea versus Liverpool. What do you have to say about that, man?
I don't know, man. I'm actually given the way the game started. I think we were very dominant, and we got the goal also in 30 minutes. We were controlling the game. Okay, I don't know if you watched the
Yeah,
game, but if you watched
yeah.
it,
What part of it? Yeah,
yeah, we were controlling the game and everything was going good. And then that incident happened. Okay, it was a controversial decision. People are still arguing that it's not a red, it's a penalty, but it's probably not a red. But then
yeah,
and that's not the point. The biggest concern is the way he gave the red. Did you see that? He
yeah,
went to the
yeah, yeah. Yeah.
screen and they showed him the frozen frame, dude, and you can't do that. Take your time, man. And it was really stupid of him to just walk, see it, and remove the red card. You have the, uh, what do you say, that facility, or you have the advantage now of using technology. Make right use of it. No, I don't know.
True.
But
And the reason I'm smiling is I'm just thinking, if this referee was playing somewhere in Goa on the ground, he would be murdered, man. They'll be like, oh, Forta, to your Bankiya. There'll be
yeah, but
so much of chaos, man.
that what I saw in the next 45 minutes was, oh my god, it was the best defending show you would have ever seen in football, man. Like
Yeah,
then to come away with 1 point, 10 men away at
yeah.
Anfield, we'll take it
Amazing.
any day. Yeah, and
Amazing.
even post match, Michael Owen said the same thing. He said, like, even if you give 30 minutes to Liverpool, like 30 minutes more to Liverpool, they didn't look like scoring because Chelsea nullified
No.
them completely. And even those two substitutions, he got Koa in and then he moved. Who he got in? I forgot. Chaloba and Kova, he got inside. I
Yeah,
think he removed two people out. I don't remember. Those are also
yeah.
brilliant substitutions, man. So and in fact we made one or two chances also. Kovacic, he got tired by the time he reached the D and he just played it to Allison. But amazing, man, amazing. Happy with the 1 point, but
Yeah.
disappointed with we could have got away with more.
I mean, just coming back to the referee situation, I feel this has always been a criticism of the English Premier League that the standard or quality of the referees is poor. I'm not an expert in the game of football, but when you are given the technology, I think you need to use it. And I think sometimes the EPL refs are a bit lazy. It took them almost 1.5 seasons to even go to the TV screen and review it for yourself, and rather than listening to someone thousands of kilometers away telling you in your ear what to do. I honestly felt it was the right decision because the arm, the follow through of the arm. I
Yeah,
understand its motion, but the follow through of the arm was as if he was trying to bring it
yeah,
out. So for me,
yeah.
in my opinion, that was a penalty as well as a sending off because it's interpreted that he's deliberately used his hand to stop a goal.
Yeah, but
So for me, it was a penalty.
yeah, I mean, yeah, again, like you said, we are no experts, but it hit his thigh, man. Really, if you saw the replay, it hit his
Yeah,
thigh and it came up. So it, I don't know, it's instinct, but yeah, it was stopping the ball from going inside, and probably the right decision,
true.
but not the right way to do it.
Yeah, not the right way to do it. And you're right, it hit his thigh. But for me, what was the important factor is the follow through after it hit his thigh and
Correct.
hand. If
Correct.
it to hit his thigh and hand and he had to move his hand behind or somewhere, it was different. But he moved it ahead,
Correct.
kind of indicating that
Correct.
he's trying to push it out. And
Correct.
that's a natural reflex of a human being. By the
Exactly.
way, people think just because you're a footballer, your natural reflexes go away. No, you
No,
train
no.
and you can adapt, but it's difficult.
True. True.
And something which is even more sad today for me as an Arsenal fan is when I have to look at the Premier League table. Number one, number one in the Premier League table today is our shitty neighbors, the Spurs,
It's still early days,
and
man.
Arsenal is
Come on,
number
it's still.
20. Yeah, but man,
That-
can you
That's
imagine?
like
Can
how
you
the
imagine
tables
that
have turned.
screenshot?
Like, this is like a proper example of. Sorry, yeah.
But can you imagine that screenshot when I have to talk to my friends? I got a friend, Khalid, who used to do podcasts with me. He's laughing his ass off, man. He's laughing his ass off. These buggers have never won anything in their life. Can't say anything to them now. I'm sitting at 20th. I'm just looking at the table. We're 20. We're
Minus
zero.
9.
We got -9.
Yeah.
Only Norwich. Thank God for them. And we're playing them next. They're the only ones giving us company there.
And I won't be surprised if they get something out of that game.
Yeah, let's quickly go into that. So next week we got a few games. We got Tottenham playing Crystal. We got Arsenal playing Norwich. What's your prediction for the Arsenal Norwich game?
I think Arsenal has to bounce back, man. I think it's a good break for them. It's a good timing
Yeah,
that the international break is come now. They can just get their head off the Premier League and all the stuff that's happened and regroup
yeah,
maybe in a week's time, and just focus on the Norwich game. And it couldn't come at a better time, I feel.
yeah.
They have to change things around and they have to do it quickly. So I think Arsenal might end up winning this. Might be 2-0 or 3-0.
I think it's not going to be that simple because the main thing, as I said, is confidence. And we were talking about them coming from the League Cup where they scored 6 and moving into Manchester City and they lost to almost 6. So it's
No,
all
there's
about
no
confidence.
there's no
But
comparison, man. There's no comparison.
yeah,
City is City. I mean, you can beat a
correct.
team 12-0 also and then play City and lose it.
Yeah. And the other big games, I feel one of the biggest game this coming one would be the Leicester Man City game. I think that's a very interesting game. Leicester, I think, you being a Chelsea fan, I'm being an Arsenal fan. Everybody enjoys watching Leicester play because they're that type of a football club that nobody really hates them. Oh, what do you think about it?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a good game. And last year, if you remember, they beat Vardy scored a hat trick at Etihad. I remember
Yeah,
against 4-0 or something. They won against Manchester City last year. So this, like you said, Leicester always exciting to watch. And Vardy doesn't look like he's getting any older, dude. He still
no
has that
man.
pace and his finishing is clinical and on point. So it's going to be a good game. Though they have some
Yeah.
defensive issues. Leicester, I think Westergaard was out. I don't know if he's back. But it's going to be a good game.
And then coming to you guys playing Aston Villa, not a team to be actually taken lightly, but I think it should be comfortable for Chelsea. I am looking at least a 2-0 win over here for Chelsea.
Yeah, so Aston Villa without Martinez, Buendia because they're playing for Argentina, and Aston Villa are coming with a pretty thin squad here. So I think again 3-0 for Chelsea. What about
What's next?
Ronaldo's comeback? You think he's going to start for United? What do you think about that?
It's going to be difficult not starting him. And it's a home game. They're playing Newcastle. There's a lot of history between both the clubs as well. I think it would be the ideal scenario to bring him in. Looking at the other aspects of selling T-shirts, that's the best time you can do it. Home match, introduce Ronaldo, create a buzz, create a hype. Win the match, they can potentially, if they win by a good margin, go to the top of the league. They're third right now. I think they should.
And then I think the Sunday showdown, Leeds versus Liverpool. You remember,
Yeah.
was it last season? It was 5-3 or 4-3. It was at Anfield. The first game
Oh,
was
and I'm happy for them that they're up in the league. I think they're going to give a good fight in their style of play, their manager. I'm also excited the way Liverpool have been playing. I have to say I didn't really rate them this year to do that well, but they are quite strong in the way they're playing.
Yeah, I mean, again, Liverpool haven't played any, like, the only tough team they played was Chelsea last week, and they could not beat us with 10 men. So, yeah, they really didn't have any tough teams. Only one, and
Yeah.
that was a draw at home. So, I don't know. A lot of people are writing them off, man. But yeah, like you said, they might actually do well. The problem is they didn't recruit anyone. So if your Salah or your Mane get injured,
Yeah.
then they are in big trouble.
And speaking about recruitment, we just wrapped up the transfer window. What do you think of this transfer window? We've already said it's one of the craziest one, but what are your thoughts on it?
It's crazy, man. It's I don't know. I've not seen a window like this. And the thing is, I'm really what do you say, that lucky that uh, we've been discussing and following so much football over the last few years and months that you can actually now understand what's going on, and to witness a transfer window like this involving Messi and Ronaldo, man.
Yeah.
I can't. I don't know. It's going to take a while to even see and accept the fact that Messi is not playing in a Barcelona jersey anymore. But yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it was mad, man. It was mad. What do you think of the last day? You guys signed somebody, man. I don't know who that was. Some Japanese player.
Yeah, we signed a Japanese player.
I think he's the right back,
You know,
no?
can't remember. He's not a right back, so basically he plays right of center back. So he's a what now people have come to call these guys as hybrid center backs, where they can play center back, right of center back, or as a right back player. But he's not an out and out right back player that's you'd be really hyped about. But he's young. It fits the recruitment that Arteta has done. He's in that age group of 20 to 22 years old. What he's been recruiting, and what they've been telling all the Arsenal fans, and believe in the project, believe in the process. So he fits that bill. But I don't think so. Last day was that exciting for me because I think a lot of the action was already done within, I mean, before the last day. So, but I think some interesting signings came through in the end. I think the biggest moves in the transfer market this window was Ronaldo, Messi, Lukaku. I think even Varane, Sancho, and Ramos, I think, adds up to a very exciting window in terms of the transfer market. But I think Ronaldo and Messi, kind of because of where
Yeah.
they are in their careers and how they're going to end their careers, I think it was just fantastic to witness,
And
and there's
and
a high
and
expectation.
and we are forgetting that Griezmann has returned back to Atletico.
I think Barca management has been one of the most incompetent because with
This year.
what they have as a club, the name, the brand, to be in such debt is just crazy. The loss they have made on Griezmann alone, I think
Yeah,
it's foolish.
it
It's
is.
foolish,
It is.
and they're not even achieving anything on the pitch, and that's what's disappointing for me.
Yeah.
Speaking about decisions, we were talking about FPL last week.
Yeah, last week was okay. I mean, it didn't affect me a lot, but with the team I had, I think I did what I could. So the main, yeah, you scored 65. You scored more than me. That's good, bro.
I think it was a better week for me. I can say it was a good week. It was a better
Yeah,
week for me.
yeah.
But in one of the groups, if I have to just give an insight to people watching, I'm in fifth place, and there are only 5 people in that group. So, so yeah,
Oh
you
man.
know. But I'm still almost 100 points away from you, even though I scored 1 point more than you, 65 to
It's
64 of
a
yours.
it's a like they say, it's a marathon, not a sprint. So you can
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So, what are your tips with the new signing coming in, Ronaldo coming in? What do you think? Is it the right time to go and get Ronaldo? Is he going to score his first goal on his debut like Lukaku? What do you think?
I don't know, man. I'm super confused. I'm in the soup, to tell you honestly. I've burned
Hmm.
my transfer. I'm not going to reveal who I got in and out, but I am
Let me
contemplating.
actually check
I'm,
your team.
you can't see my new team, but I'm contemplating using my wild card. So that's the only hint I can give if my competitors are watching. That includes you. So yeah, I think, yeah, but yeah, to be honest, I think it's a right time to get Ronaldo in, because if he starts and he performs, people are going to start transferring him in like crazy, and then his price is going
Yeah,
to rise, and then you're going to get priced out. So it's a good time to get Ronaldo in. I'm actually considering it, but I'm going to wait till the international break is over. I might
yeah.
wild card on Friday next week, or maybe even early Saturday. So
All right.
it really depends. But if at all, especially like I would say, like if you're a little low and away from being with a top score, then surely you have to change something. And I think getting Ronaldo in would
Yeah.
be a great move right now.
Yeah, and just I mean on that, I'm looking at your team in the previous week, game week 3, and if I have to look at your bench, fortunately they're all on your bench, and you've got like 5 6 points there, two of them injured. What do you do in a situation where you got your bench, two of them injured, so you can't really use them, and the other two who are on your bench are scoring ones and twos, which is potentially going to get you nowhere? How do you change that situation around? You can't really sell all of them. Do you use your wild card? Do you do it week by week and slowly use your free transfers? What would be your recommendation if someone's in this situation?
Yeah, so what you do is your bench is basically it's like just for the sake of getting people in, you will have, so you will have the lowest value on your bench. Okay, so your
Hmm.
keeper is going to be somebody who might not even get a game, so that's why you have to choose
Yeah,
a keeper who you feel is going to play all the 38 games. Okay, it doesn't
yeah,
matter how many points he scores, but you don't want to waste a transfer on a keeper. You don't want to be in that situation. Okay, unless
okay,
obviously your keeper gets badly injured and has to stay out of the season, then you can't do anything. So you
yeah,
choose a keeper who has a decent value and who you know will give you at least a few points for that value. So basically, you have to compare. Now, if I'm buying Ederson for he's £6 million. I know he's going to give me that much returns at the end of the year, because Manchester City are going
yeah,
to keep a lot of clean sheets. But is it worth getting Edison in and compromising on these other people who are going to give you extra bonus points? Like midfielders, for example, your Salah, who's going to maybe, in one game week, he can score 3 goals. In the other game week, he can
yeah,
score 1 goal and get 2 assists. So they are in contention for the bonus points also. So you have to consider
yeah,
those, because if you are spending six on a goalkeeper, then your budget for the other players reduces. So bench is mainly your very cheap players who you might have to use in case of an emergency. But you have to decide
okay,
what system you're going to play. Are you going to play with three up front, or you want to play with two up front? So right now I'm very comfortable playing two up front, and I'm playing five in the midfield, because your midfielders get one extra point for clean sheet, and they get one extra point for a goal. So they are, better value compared to forwards. And
yeah,
you have seen a lot of midfielders scoring goals, man. I mean, how many forwards?
yeah,
Only Ings is getting one. Ings is scoring. Antonio is a must-have, I feel. And that's the
yeah,
whole thing with Ronaldo. No, now if Ronaldo comes in, and we are certain he's going to score a lot of goals, but will those will his price justify the number of points he's going to return you at the end of the season, is something you have to consider. If you get Ronaldo in, who's going to be your second striker? That is also something you have to
yeah,
consider. So your bench has to
yeah,
be mainly your cheaper players who you think might play one game or two, because you might want to swap a player in and out, and mainly focus on your playing 11. That should be like a steady team. I mean, unless there is some serious injury or they're COVID or whatever, you know what I'm saying. If they have to be out for a long time, so your playing 11 has to be something that needs to be focused on.
Yeah. And you're right. When you're talking about Ronaldo, I think they valued him at around 12.5 in
Yeah,
FPL, and that's a lot of money
that's a lot.
to put into one player. And you're right. You don't know how much game time he's going to get. You don't know how much he's going to score, perform. We don't know. Yeah, he is the best, one of the best players in the world, but it's still a game of football, and anyone can trump him in that matter. But who's your watch out player of the week in terms of FPL? Someone who's going to do well in game week 4.
Like I told you, I'm actually considering Ronaldo because Newcastle have a very bad record at Manchester United.
Hmm.
So I am actually leaning towards Ronaldo, and it's actually 50-50, because if he is a success, then you will have a lot of people jumping in to get him, and if you
Okay.
don't get him in by that time, then you're going to miss out on that extra. He's going to go high up in price, so
Yeah.
you might miss out on that if your calculation is not correct. So I'm looking. Ronaldo is very tempting for next game week, man. Ronaldo is very tempting, but we'll get to know more next week once the international break is over. I think Ronaldo is suspended for the next game. He got a yellow card, right? I don't know. Is he going to play the next game for Portugal? And I just before we got on this call, I saw the tackle yesterday. Somebody tackled Messi. It was almost a leg breaker. Did you see that?
No, I haven't. I didn't even read about it.
Check out that tackle against Venezuela. Check out that tackle, and it was almost
Oh,
a leg breaker. Yeah, just see it later. So
really?
yeah, and you never know what happens. There are two more games left. Yeah, so one game is I think tomorrow, like Saturday, Sunday. There is one round of games, and then again there's one on Tuesday, Wednesday. So there can be injuries. The people who are in my team right now might get injured. You never know the ones who are playing away so, for their countries. So it all depends on that. So it's better to wait till all the players are back and then make a decision on whether you want to wild card or not.
True. And just for the people who are watching and supporting us across the last two videos, thank you very much. Thank you for the guys who've left comments for us. And whoever's watching, I know probably it's a long video to watch, but we really appreciate your support. And as we've said, drop in your questions, drop in your comments, tell us what you like, what you don't like. And please, please, please subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon so that you are notified about our next video. So I've noticed in our data, only 30% have subscribed, and the remaining 70% don't subscribe to our channel. Subscribe to us, and we can put out some better content to you guys. But do give us a like or even a dislike if you don't like it.
Yeah.
But do give us a follow and let us know what you like, what you don't like, what you want to hear next.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you guys. Thank you, Ali. And we'll just try our best to keep making this more exciting, right?
Yeah, man.
And more
And
engaging.
just
Yeah.
yeah, we are just to give a heads up. We have some great podcasts planned for you. We've got some guests coming in. So we have supporters from Manchester United, Liverpool, Arsenal, Leeds joining us. We'll even have a Tottenham fan joining us. In
LC.
few, yeah, Chelsea. I don't know. I don't.
That's fine. We'll keep the best for the last. We'll keep the best for the last. Yeah.
So we're going to get a few people in, and we cover a lot of English Premier League information out here. We cover, especially in our segment, the FPL. So stay tuned to us, and as always, thank you very much. This is a Game of Two Halves podcast. It's Vijay and me saying goodbye, and thank you for joining
Enjoy
us.
your weekend. Thank you.
Bye bye.
What? 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 What?